Hello viewers, welcome to our channel Career Prep. In this video, we'll solve a few more questions on the topic machine input and output, where the input consists of only numbers. Finding the rule followed by the machine in rearranging the input to get the final output is the key to answering machine input and output questions. This is a topic where marks can be scored easily if practiced well. Before we start, please subscribe to our channel. Also press the bell icon to get notification as soon as we post a new video. So let's start. Study the following information to answer the given questions. A word and number arrangement machine, when given an input line of numbers, rearranges them following a particular rule. The following is an illustration of input and rearrangement. So here you are given an input and then you are given 5 steps. Step 5 is the last step of the rearrangement. As per the rules followed in the above steps, find out the appropriate steps for the following input. So here you are given another input of numbers. Now as you can see here, you are given an input which consists of only numbers. Then you are given 5 steps and step 5 is the last step of the rearrangement. This means that step 5 is the final output for this particular input. Now let's see what changes are happening from the input to this final output. To do that, first we have to check the final output. This will give us an idea as to why a particular number is being rearranged in the steps. Now when you look at the output, you will see that the input numbers have been split into two categories, even numbers and odd numbers. And in the output from the left hand, even numbers are rearranged first in the ascending order. And then the odd numbers are rearranged in the descending order. Now let's look at the steps from the input to the final output. When you look at the input and step 1, you will see that 6 is moved to the first position in step 1 and the rest of the input words are written as they are. When you move on to step 2, you will see that 6 has retained its position in the first place from the left hand. And then 12 has been moved to the second position in step 2. 12 has been moved to the second position in step 2 and the rest of the numbers of step 1 are written as they are. When you move to step 3, you'll see that 6 and 12 have retained their positions in the same place as in step 2 and 28 has been moved to the third position from the left hand in step 3 and the rest of the numbers of step 2 are written as they are. In step 4, 6, 12 and 22 have retained the same position as in step 3. 39 has been moved to the fourth position from the left hand in step 4. The rest of the numbers of step 3 are written as they are. And in step 5, 6, 12, 28 and 39 have retained their positions as in step 4. The next number that is rearranged in step 5 is 27. 27 is placed in the fifth position from the left hand in step 5. The remaining number of step 4, which is 15, is written next to 27. So now all the input numbers have been rearranged in step 5. Now clearly you can see that in step 5, even numbers have been arranged in the ascending order from the left hand and odd numbers have been rearranged in the descending order next. Also you can see that the steps show that only one number is being rearranged in each step at the left hand. The steps also show that arrangement method is being followed here because of the following two reasons. That reason number one is, once the number is placed at their correct positions, they retain that position till the end. The second reason is that the steps show that the rearrangement is done in the same order as is given in the output. As you can see, um, in this particular output, even numbers are arranged first in ascending order from the left hand, and then the odd numbers are rearranged in descending order. So the order of numbers in the output is 6, 12, 28, 39, 27 and 15. And as you can see in the steps, first 6 is rearranged in step 1, then 12 is rearranged in step 2, then 28 is rearranged in step 3 and so on. So the rearrangement is done in the same order as is given in the output. These two reasons show that arrangement method is being followed here. Now that we know the pattern followed by the machine for the rearrangement, let us use the same pattern on this given input of numbers and find out the appropriate steps and the final output. This is the given input which consists of only numbers. Now we have to use the same pattern used by the machine for rearrangement on this given input and find out the rearrangement steps and the final output. We know that the pattern followed by the machine is like this. In the output, from the left end, even numbers are rearranged first in the ascending order. Then odd numbers are rearranged in the descending order. Now when you look at this input of numbers, you will see that 88, 28, 94, 64 and 48 are even numbers. So these even numbers have to be arranged first in the ascending order from the left end in the output. So the ascending order of these even numbers will be 28, 48, 64, 88 and 94. Also you can see that in the input numbers 59, 37, 75, 15 and 71 are the odd numbers, and these odd numbers are rearranged in the descending order after the even numbers. So in the output, the descending order of the odd numbers will be 75, 71, 59, 37 and 15. So this is the final output for the given input of numbers. Clearly you can see that in this output from the left end, even numbers are rearranged first in ascending order, then odd numbers are rearranged in the descending order. Let's now find the rearrangement steps between the given input and this final output. To make this task easy, fast and accurate, first let's write a reference line of numbers which can be used while finding out the rearrangement steps. Now from the pattern followed by the machine, we know that only one number is rearranged in each step at the left end. Now since there are 10 numbers in the input, it means that in the reference line of numbers also there will be 10 numbers. Also we know that arrangement method is followed by the machine. This means that the rearrangement of the numbers is done in each step in the same order as is given in the output. So the reference line now looks like this: 28, 48, 64, 88, 94, 75, 71, 59, 37 and 15. Now use the same order of numbers as given in this reference line while finding out the rearrangement steps. Now let's find out the steps between the given input and the final output. Now this is the given input which consists of only numbers. Now for step 1, write the for step 1, use the first number in the reference line, which is 28. So write 28 in the first position at the left end in step 1. The remaining the remaining numbers of the input are written in the same order as is given in the input. Now for step 2, write 28 in the same position as in step 1. The next number to be rearranged in step 2 will be the next number in the reference line, which is 48. So 48 is written in the second position in step 2. The rest of the numbers of step 1 are written as they are in the same order. In step 3, write 28 and 48 in the same position as is given in the step as is given in step 2. The next number in the reference line is 64. So 64 is arranged next in step 3. That is 64 has to be written in the third position from the left end in step 3. The rest of the numbers of step 2 are written as they are in the same order as is given in step 2. In step 4, 28, 48 and 64 are written in the same position as is given in step 3. The next number in the reference line is 88. Now, as you can see in step 3, 88 is already in its correct position. That is, 88 is already auto arranged in step 3. So the next number um, to be rearranged is 94, as can be seen in the reference line. So in step 4, 94 has to be rearranged. So write 94 in the fifth position from the left end in step 4. The remaining numbers of step 3 are written as they are in the same order. The next number in the reference line is 75. So in step 5, write 28, 48, 64, 88 and 94 in the same position as is given in step 4. Now write 75 in the sixth position from the left end in step 5. The remaining numbers of step 4 are written as they are. The next number in the reference line is 71. So in step 6, write 28, 48, 64, 88, 94 and 75 in the same order as is given in the in step 5. Now write 71 in the seventh position from the left end in step 6. The rest of the numbers of step 5 are written as they are. Now the next numbers in the reference line are 59, 37 and 15. Now as you can see in step 6, 59, 37 and 15 are already in their correct positions. That is 59, 37 and 15 have already been auto arranged in step 6. Now all the numbers given in the input have been rearranged in step 6. So step 6 is the final output for the given input. Now that all the input numbers have been rearranged and we know all the rearrangement steps and the final output, let's answer the given questions. Question number 1. Which step number would be the following output? So here you are given an output of numbers and you have to find out in which step number uh, the same order of numbers will be seen. Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. Now, as you can see in these rearrangement steps, um, step 5 shows the same order of arrangement of numbers as is given in the question. So the correct answer is option B, 5. These are the rearrangement steps from the given input to the final output. Now, based on these rearrangement steps, let's answer a few more questions. Question number 2. Which number is second from the right in step 3? You are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you have to find the number which is second from the right in step 3. So you have step 3 here and clearly you can see that 15 is the number which is second from the right in step 3. So the correct answer is option B, 15. Question number 3. Which number will be at the 7th position from the left in step 4? You are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you have to find which number will be at the 7th position from the left end in step 4. So this is step 4 and 7th position from the left will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the 7th position from the left end in step 4 and clearly you can see that 37 is in the 7th position from the left end in this step. So the correct answer is option C, 37. Question number 4. Step 3 of an input is 16, 24, 36, 80, 59, 73 and 65. Which of the following will definitely be the input? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are given step 3 of an input and you are asked to find which will definitely be the input from these options. Now here you are given step 3 of the input which consists of only numbers. Now the position of the numbers of step 3 could be anywhere in the previous steps. So position of any number in the previous step cannot be determined and hence we cannot find the previous step. Now since we cannot find the previous steps, input also cannot be determined. Input cannot be determined because we cannot judge the initial position of the numbers. So the correct answer here is option D, cannot be determined. Study the following information and answer the given questions. A word and number arrangement machine, when given an input line of numbers, rearranges them following a particular rule. The following is an illustration of input and rearrangement. So here you are given an input which consists of only numbers. Then 5 steps are given. Step 5 is the last step of the rearrangement. Find the different steps of input using the above mentioned logic for the following input. So here you are given another input which consists of only numbers. Now let's find out the logic followed by the machine. So here you are given an input which consists of only numbers. Then 5 steps are given. Step 5 is the last step of the rearrangement. This means step 5 is the final output for this particular input of numbers. Now let's see what changes are happening from the input to the final output. To do that, first we have to check the output. Here when you look at the final output, you can clearly see that the output numbers are completely different from the input numbers. This means that rearrangement is based on mathematical operation. That is, some mathematical operation is done on the input numbers to get the output numbers. Now let's look at the steps from the input to the final output. When you look at the input and step 1, you will see that other than 12 and 22, the rest of the input numbers remain unchanged and they are written as they are in step 1 in the same order. The change in 12 and 22 is because some mathematical operation is done on them. 12 is the lowest input number. It is increased by 1 to get 13, and 13 is placed at the extreme left end. 22 is the second lowest input number. It is increased by 1 and placed it is increased by 1 to get 23, and 23 is placed at the extreme right end in step 1. So clearly in step 1, two numbers are being rearranged, one at the left end and the other at the right end. Now moving on to step 2, you will see that at the left end 13 has been shifted to the second position, and also you can see that 23 has been shifted to the second position at the right end. And other than 38 and 45 of step 1, the rest of the numbers of step 1 are written as they are in the same order between 13 and 23. Now 38 is the third lowest number, and it is increased by 1 to get 39, and 39 is placed at the extreme left end in step 2. 45 is the fourth lowest number, and it's increased by 1 to get 46, and 46 is placed at the extreme right end in step 2. So you can see that in step 2 also only two numbers are being rearranged, one at the right end and the other at the left end. This process continues till the final output is obtained in step 5. Also, the steps show that shifting method is followed here at both the left end and the right end. We know that shifting method is being followed here because of these two reasons. The first reason is that once the numbers are placed at a particular position, they do not retain their positions till the end. The numbers keep getting shifted to the next position. The second reason is that the rearrangement of numbers is done in the reverse order as is given in the output. As you can see in this example, 13 does not retain its position till the end. It keeps getting shifted to the next position in each step. Similarly for the other numbers. Also you can see that the rearrangement of numbers is in the order 13, 39, 56, 69 and 87 at the left end. And as you can see in the output, this is in the reverse order of the output. So the rearrangement is not from 87 to 13 of the output, but it is in the reverse order from 13 to 87 of the output. Similarly, at the right end, you can see that the rearrangement of numbers is in the order 23, 46, 63, 75 and 98. And as you can see here, the rearrangement of numbers is done in the reverse order as is given in the output. It's not from 98 to 23, it's in the reverse order from 23 to 98 in the output. These two reasons show that shifting method is being followed both at the left end and the right end in the steps. Also, now that we know the pattern followed by the machine for the rearrangement, let's use the same pattern on this given input and find out the rearrangement steps and the final output. This is the given input which consists of only numbers. Now we have to use the same pattern used by the machine for rearrangement on this given input of numbers and find out the rearrangement steps and the final output. We know that the pattern followed by the machine is like this. The rearrangement is based on mathematical operations. The lowest number is increased by 1 and placed at the extreme left end. The second lowest input number is increased by 1 and is placed at the extreme right end, and so on. So first, let's find out the ascending order of the input numbers, that is from the smallest number to the largest number. So the ascending order of the input numbers is 15, 28, 37, 48, 59, 64, 71, 75, 88 and 94. After adding 1 to each of these numbers, we get 16, 29, 38, 49, 60, 65, 72, 76, 89 and 95. Let's now find the rearrangement steps between the input and the final output. To do that, first we have to write a reference line of numbers which we can use later on while finding the rearrangement of steps. Now, from the pattern followed by the machine, we know that in every step, two numbers are rearranged. One at the left end and the other at the right end. Now, since there are 10 numbers in the given input, there will be 5 sets of numbers in the reference line, each set consisting of 2 numbers. Now here you have found out uh, the numbers after one is added to these numbers, you will get these numbers. Now here you will see that 16 and 29 are the lowest numbers, so these will be in the first set in the reference line of numbers. Next lowest numbers are 38 and 49 and they will be in the second set. The next lowest numbers are 60 and 65 and they will be in the third set. Similarly, 72 and 76 are the next lowest numbers and they will be in the fourth set. And 89 and 95 will be in the last set in the reference line of numbers. Now, let's use this reference line of numbers while finding out the rearrangement steps. Now there are two numbers in each set, and since shifting method is followed by the machine, uh, here while finding the rearrangement steps, you have to write the first number of each step at the extreme left end and the second number of each set at the extreme right end of that particular step. Now let's find out the steps between the given input and the final output. Now this is the given input which consists of only numbers. Now for step 1, use the first set of numbers from the reference, which is 16 and 29. So write 16 at the extreme left end and 29 at the extreme right end in step 1. The remaining input numbers are written between 16 and 29 in the same order as in the input. Now for step 2, use the second set of numbers in the reference, which is 38 and 49. So write 38 at the extreme left end and 49 at the extreme right end in step 2. The remaining numbers of step 1 are written between 38 and 49 in the same order as in step 1. For step 3, use the third set of numbers in the reference, which is 60 and 65. Write 60 at the extreme left end and 65 at the extreme right end in step 3. The remaining numbers of step 2 are written as they are in the same order between 60 and 65 in step 3. For step 4, use the next set of uh, numbers in the reference, which is 72 and 76. Write 72 at the extreme left end and 76 at the extreme right end in step 4. The remaining numbers of step 3 are written as they are in the same order between 72 and 76 in step 4. For step 5, use the next set of numbers in the reference, which is 89 and 95. Write 89 at the extreme left end and 95 at the extreme right end in step 5, and write the remaining numbers of step 4 in the same order between 89 and 95 in step 5. Now you can see that all the input numbers have been rearranged in step 5. So step 5 is the last step of the rearrangement. Step 5 is the final output for this given input of numbers. Now that all the input numbers have been rearranged and we know all the rearrangement steps and the final output, let's answer the given question. Question number 1. Which of the following number is fifth to the left of 49 in step 3? You are given 5 options here and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find which number is fifth to the left of 49 in step 3. So you have step 3 here and 49 here in step 3. So fifth to the left of 49 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 88 is fifth to the left of 49 in step 3. So the correct answer is option B, 88. These are the rearrangement steps for the given input of numbers, and this is the final output for the given input. Based on these rearrangement steps and the final output, let's answer a few more questions. Question number 2. How many numbers are there between the one which is third from the right end and 38 in step 4? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you have to find out how many numbers are there between the number which is third from the right end and 38 in step 4. So you have step 4 here, and third from the right end is 1, 2, 3. Third from the right end is 49, and clearly between 49 and 38 you can see that there are 4 numbers. So the correct answer is option A, 4. Question number 3. Which of the following number is 7th from the left end in step 5? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the number which is 7th from the left end in step 5. So you have step 5 here, and 7th from the left end will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 49 is 7th from the left end in step 5. So the correct answer is option A, 49. Question number 4. What is the position of 88 from the right end in the last but one step? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find the position of 88 from the right end in the last but one step. Last but one step is step 4 here. So in step 4 you have 88 at this position. So from the right end you can see that 88 is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th position. So 88 is at the sixth position from the right end in the last but one step. So the correct answer is option C, sixth. Question number 5. How many numbers are there between 72 and the one which is fourth to the left of 76 in step 5? Here you are given 5 options and you have to find out which of these options is the correct one. So here you are asked to find how many numbers are there between 72 and the number which is fourth to the left of 76 in step 5. So you have step 5 here and you have 72 at this position, and the number which is fourth to the left of 76. So you have 76 here. Fourth to the left of 76 will be 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 16. So we have to find how many numbers are there between 72 and 16. Clearly you can see that there are two numbers between 72 and 16 in step 5. So the correct answer is option B, 2. Viewers, please go through this video till you have understood the concept. Practice more such problems to increase your speed and also to be perfect with the concept of input, the changes affected in the various steps of rearrangement, output, etc. Please do watch our video on solved problems on machine input and output, part 4. If you have liked this video, please like, subscribe and share this video. Thank you.